Hey everyone, it's Grant from RaiderIO. Welcome to Battlefield Banter, an interview series where we delve into the heart of the action whilst uncovering the stories behind our favourite World of Warcraft creators. I'll be your guide as we embark on a thrilling journey through the Plunderstorm battleground. Today I'm joined by one of my most talented friends, Hannah. Hannah has played for Method and BDG in the Race to World First over the last few years, whilst also competing at a high level in several iterations of EVE Ascension. We'll be conducting an exclusive interview whilst trying to get the win in Blizzard's most explosive game mode. So buckle up, let's try and make some memories on the battlefield, because today we have, for the very first time playing Plunderstorm ever, Hannah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm okay, I'm nervous for this. You've
I said
told me you've
I'm
never
I'm
played this.
nervous. No,
It's okay, we're going to do it.
I was explaining to Grant that I was moving house and stuff, so I managed to somehow completely dodge like the hype of Plunderstorm. I didn't have internet, and by the time I came back, like the hype was gone, and it kind of became this recurring joke of like, well, I've never played it, so like so here we are, right at the end of it, because it's going away soon, right? Like no one's
Tuesday, I
Tuesday. So
think.
yeah, I've gotten in right
Yeah,
at the end,
that's okay,
right in the
if we get a
end.
game. Let's hope so.
If we get a
Okay,
game, yeah.
let's get into some questions, because I have a few for you
hmm
today. Question one. Tell me about your journey to where we are today, to raiding with Method in the Race to World First. I want to know when the ambition started and how you made it a reality.
That's got a long backstory, and I'll try and shorten it as much as I can. But I remember, I think it really started when I was like 15. I remember I was 15. That was back in like Warlords of Draenor, and I was looking on WoW and I was like just looking at these high-end guilds, and I really enjoyed raiding at the time. And I was like, I want to be in, that was old Method. I want to be in Method. I want to, play. I want to get good enough to do that. And that was the first time I joined a top 50 guild, and that was Wiping as Intended. Like I said, 15. So like right before like my GCSEs and everything, and I was like the youngest person they'd ever recruited. I only played there quite short. It was only a bit of time before going back to like my old 2000 guild or whatever, because I was just way too nervous. I had a lot of going on IRL. But that kind of planted the seed, I think. Like that was the moment. And then I kept kind of dabbling in like top 100 again, going back to casual, etc. But when I then joined Angered in Nyalotha, and I kind of got the taste of like almost top 20. We almost got top 20 for the first time on Nazoth. And Angered had never like gotten even like that close to it. That wasn't what I expected when I joined it, but I was like, this is awesome. I love this feeling. Like,
Was
I want to
that
get top 20.
alongside Sploof at that time?
Yes. Well, Sploof hadn't joined yet.
Okay.
Sploof joined shortly after I did. I can't remember exactly when, but no, Sploof joined after I did. And I also met Nate in Angered. As you know, he went from there. And yeah, it just kind of planted that seed. And then I remember, I thought I was gonna like just stay in Angered forever because I really liked it there. It kind of had the atmosphere of like a family guild that happened to just raid at a really good, high level.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm changing like some key points real quick. And I loved it. But then Crystal approached me from BDG because they needed another healer, and they'd heard through the grapevine that I was like just really good. And Crystal approached me and was like, "What do you think of joining us in BDG?" And I remember I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I really didn't know what to do. I was really really torn, but I thought like I might not ever have this opportunity again. And I can always go back to Angered. I love them. They love me. So I'm gonna go for it. So I went for it, and I was like, I really enjoy this. I really, really like doing this. So then, those hours were just really harsh though, especially doing like a degree at the same time.
Yeah.
I wasn't sleeping, and I remember I love Lozzy to pieces. I think he's such a fantastic GM. And, I told him like, I love this, but I can't do this. Like I'm not sleeping, and it's just not going well. So when Method then kind of showed interest, again I decided I'm gonna try it and see what happens. And again, got to play in another race and had a great time. So now, again, I love Angered, and I might go back to them one day, but I've really been enjoying my time in the race while I can, because this is what I always wanted to do, even back when I was 15. It's a long story. I tried to shorten it.
No. I love a long story. What was that first Race to World First with BDG like? What was the feeling knowing that you're competing to prove that you are the best or one of the best in the world? I'm going to take chains here. How was that feeling? I mean, was there any anxiety, nerves early on, or have you always been pretty confident?
Honestly, it's funny how I think I felt more nervous in like Angered, for example, when I first
Really?
started playing at like that level than I did in BDG. Like it was nerve-wracking, don't get me wrong. I was really nervous. It was really weird because you have no one else to look to. There's no one else where I can go, sure,
Okay.
I could look at Velo, for example, in that race, or Zevi and Velo in the thingy, but like at the end of the day, like I still had to, think of like what is going to be the best thing I can do with our comp, like how we're playing. Like I've stolen that Strange Snowman. I have no idea what he does.
Don't worry about him.
And it was really anxiety inducing. And again, in method, there is that anxiety of like, am I doing the wrong thing? Is this bad? Have I chosen like the wrong talent? But I definitely got a lot more confident between going from BDG to method in terms of like my talent choices and things like that, for example. Like, I was one of like the first monks, I'd played on PTR a lot to go kind of like tier morning, which I don't know how much you know about monk, but that like wasn't a very common build at all. But I knew it would be good, and I had played a lot with it on the PTR, and like Velo and I kind of both pioneered playing that, I guess, in a way. So like, but there was a lot of anxiety kind of around that, like, am I doing the right thing? But it's definitely gone better, and I feel like every race you kind of get
Yeah.
more and more confident that you're
Yeah,
doing the right thing.
definitely. It's the same as from a casting point of view. Okay, you've
Exactly.
played in the Race to the World First in both NA and EU.
Yeah.
What are the differences generally? Are there differences aside from obviously the degenerate sleep schedule? Um, is there a difference in vibe, a difference in attitude towards how they play?
So I think this one's kind of tricky because honestly, Method and BDG in terms of like vibe and atmosphere, like they both feel really welcoming and really just nice to play in. I like playing in both of them. I really enjoyed my time in Method and
Oh, here we go.
BDG. Oh, yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
This guy wants to scrap,
Okay, I
and
don't
he's
know.
probably going to kill us.
That's a disaster.
No, no,
He's
we're all right.
Oh, this guy
Well,
is
we are
killing
not
me.
all right. We're definitely dead. Do you have any 1 or 2 abilities yet?
No, just
Didn't
three.
think so.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry, I don't know
Okay.
what I'm doing, so I
No, no,
probably
that's
should have read
fine.
up a bit,
No,
because
no, no. I
yeah.
don't care about that. Yeah, so the differences between the two, you think they're pretty similar. I guess there's a lot of carryover too, right? People like Crystal, I believe, are now or
Yes, I
were
was gonna
definitely
say
in Method.
that was a really like helpful thing, I think, is I obviously already knew the BDG kind of healing roster, FTM, Crystal. I'd already played with them, I was friends with them. So when they came over, that like helped me kind of adjust like so much quicker, because obviously having like that level of communication and friendship in a healing team is just so good. Because I wasn't nervous about, blah, blah. Like I felt like I could just speak openly with them. I could, bounce ideas off of them, and like they were never gonna like judge or anything like that. So that definitely helped. And I also knew Skane Rost before I joined.
Mm,
Like he's one of my closest friends.
mm.
And he's obviously an amazing holy paladin. And again, he liked to play monk, and I would bounce ideas off him, and like so that really helped. But honestly, yeah, like the vibe is good in both guilds. So for me, it wasn't that different. I was definitely nervous in method. Like I was a bit, oh, am I going to fit in? And I felt like that with BDG too. Where I was like, oh, because European humor can be very
Yeah.
different and stuff. And I was always a bit like, oh, what if I say something that's going to be like weird or they won't get? Because sometimes I'd say like something really British,
Yeah,
and they'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, what?
I've been there,
What has
trust
she
me.
just said? I think I said, oh, I was eating like a chicken tikka masala, and I can't remember
Ooh.
how I phrased it, and they were like, "What have you just said?" I think I
Gone
said,
out
"Oh,
for
I'm
a Ruby
scranning.
Murray.
I'm
Oh, you're
scranning,"
scranning. Yeah,
and
yeah,
they were
yeah.
like, "What is scranning?" And I was like,
Mm,
"Oh,"
that means
or
root.
I remember they asked one time like, "What is a roadman?" Like, which is obviously so British, and I was like, I had no idea how to explain like what is a roadman, what is a
No.
waste man. Like, I couldn't do it, and it was so funny. It was so funny. So things
So
like
good.
that were really funny. But obviously,
Um,
I'm half
Press
American,
escape
so.
and leave game so we can queue for
Oh yeah,
anything.
sorry,
No,
I
you're good. You're
completely
good. You're
forgot.
good. Okay. So speaking of the Race to World First, we're sticking with it for a little while. Method have done back-to-back LAN events now in southern
Yes.
Germany, and you've not been yet on
No.
site. Is that something you'd like to do in the future?
Yeah, I would really love to. If I'm given the option, that would be super cool. I love Corella, for example. Like we
The
bonded a lot
best.
at BlizzCon. She is amazing. She's
The
like
best.
I was gonna say I would lay down on the floor for her. Like
Yeah.
she is my queen. And I really want to see her again, for example. And we've like spoken about it, and like that we'd have to go to like a spa after to like de-stress. And like I would love to do something like that, or meet Quep or Skarne or Crystal FTM. Like I'd love to meet them as well. And I just think like obviously LAN events make things just so much more like personal, and it's just it's a community feeling.
Quep's the best as well. Quep came to my
Yeah.
house after a race and spent a day
Really?
here. Yeah, and we just
So
hung
he's
out.
really funny.
And I met his parents, and they were really lovely too. And it was such a
So
sweet moment. I've only
you've
got
met
good
the
things to
parents
say.
before, like his
I met
girlfriend
Quep's
probably
parents.
ever would. I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say
yeah,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah,
flex.
yeah.
Like
I know.
that's a good
Okay.
one.
Speaking of the race and doing it at home, what are your go-to snacks, and how do you handle meal prep for a race to World First?
I'm gonna be honest, I was a lot better with this in BDG than I was in Method, so Kano might tell me off if he watches this. Because yeah, in BDG I remember actually I think I did this with Method too. I used it was a service, not shilling for them or anything, but it was called Home Cooks.
I
And
know
what
them.
it was, yeah, I was gonna say is obviously you have lots of like little independent
Mm.
retailers, and then you kind of get it as like a market, through a market or whatever. And I stocked up on a lot of those because sometimes I meal prep, but sometimes I'm way too
Oh, there's
busy
another
with,
squad here. Oh god, this is
oh
going to be
God,
interesting.
I have a cat who's also now getting in my lap. Nope, we're
Yes,
not getting in my lap.
we're scrapping.
Yeah, I feel like
Remember, press
what?
T to heal, but if they touch you once, it will interrupt it. You can
Okay,
use your 5 to get out. Yeah, you have. Cool. Oh, I crashed into you. That's not good.
okay,
I got a pretty big heal off though. Smash him! We got one of them, I think.
Oh,
Ah!
he's like just out of range and
I
home.
know. And I'm so low. Yeah, let's just turn on this guy.
Yeah.
Double team. Oh god, I just got hit by orbs, we'll say.
Oh, he's off. He's off.
Fine.
That's tragic.
Are you alive still? Oh, yeah.
Yes,
You've got
but
this. You've
I don't
got
know if
this.
I do because I
You've
don't
got this.
really like. I know what a battle royale is, but no. Okay, I have been hit by a mechanic. It's a disaster. If
Full heal,
Faith would
full
tell
heal,
me
full
off
heal.
right now.
No.
Okay, we did it.
Biff's
I
not
did
with
it.
you. Now grab that ability.
Mhm.
And now when you hold 1, you charge it up. It's what's it like? The longer you charge it, yeah. If you stand on me, I'll come back.
Okay.
The longer you charge it, the further you'll go. It is slicing wind, isn't it? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you used a meal service and paid way too much money to have all of your meals delivered. Is that
Yeah,
what you were
although
saying?
I was like, got it on offer, but yeah, I did that one time, or I think maybe somewhat the second time as well. That was really good because honestly, like,
Oh my god, I'm dead already.
oh God,
That hurts.
I can be
Oh, they're back.
quite late. Oh my God, this is just rude. Oh God, okay, I see what you mean.
I'm dead here. I'm
I
definitely
think I
dead here.
might be dead too.
I think you could be too.
I can't
It's
tell.
okay. We go again. She can do this. She can't do this.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Go on. Continue if you have any more on that point.
Oh, I exited game. I'm silly. My bad. Yeah, so that was that. But obviously, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, yeah, I was really bad in method in terms of food, just because like with my ADHD meds and stuff, if I'm like, because sometimes I didn't get that much sleep just because I couldn't fall asleep or whatever that night. So if I like didn't get enough sleep, like I'm just not hungry. And if I'm really engrossed in something, especially with those meds, I think you have to reinvite me again. Sorry. Like that's it. I'll just completely forget to eat. So there were times where like I was just so engrossed in what I was doing that like I'd slack on it a bit. But yeah, I used like a meal prep thing. I was eating like a lot of like curries, chili, like typical things like that. Lots of crackers and cheese. Actually, funnily enough, that was
You have to
my
go
go-to snack.
to one of the races because the meals, if they use the same venue.
Oh no, I heard all about those meals. Trust me, when Jimmy and like
Yeah.
Logok would be
Log up
going,
would
oh
order 2 at
yeah.
a time.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and then he's like, "Oh, I lost weight at the end of it," and I'm like, "Man's eating like
What?
5,000 calories in a
Yeah, he was.
meal, like 3 times a day. Like that's just insane."
What a
But yeah,
beast.
no, it was. I've heard the food's amazing there, so
Yeah, it's good.
hopefully.
Okay. Coming up to a race during and then after, how do you disconnect? How do you find balance in real life? How do you cope, I guess, is the question I'm looking for.
I remember, funny enough, right before the Aberrus race, I actually went to Tenerife the weekend
Oh.
before, just for like a weekend away. I spent way too much on a really nice spa hotel. I won't lie that I didn't even go to the spa in, because again, extortionate price, and I was like, I didn't think this one through. But it was like the best sleep I'd ever had, so it was worth it. But I just went to Tenerife for like a weekend,
That's a good idea.
just to kind of like completely disconnect, like no schoolwork, I was just away from everything. Like I really disconnected, and that for me was super helpful. So I like doing things like that, or again, traveling, or going like to the spa. Like Emma and I, Liquid Emma and I have been talking about going to like a nearby spa like for the past year almost at this point, and we keep meaning to go. But things like that, or again, hanging out with my friends. I kind of try and take a few days off like during the week where like I might not play WoW at all, and I might not do any uni work either. Just to like kind of,
Just you days.
even if I'm literally like, I like to joke, we call it like rot maxing, like literally just sitting there with my cat browsing TikTok, rotting my brain away, but like I love it, so it's fine.
It
um
helps.
or playing a League of Legends, God forbid, or TFT.
Oh,
I've
very.
enjoyed TFT because we were playing a lot of League of
I'm
Legends
playing a
recently.
lot of TFT right now. We're gonna go head north because there's an elite here. Elites always
Sure.
dropping things. Let's go back to Scott and MZ because
Mm-hmm.
you're very good friends with Scott and Emma MZ
Yep.
from Liquid, or as they're more commonly known in EU, the Enemy.
The enemy, yes.
Does it ever get competitive with you guys, like on a race to world first basis? Does it ever? Is there
No,
ever any trash
actually,
talking? No.
I feel like I don't know if like it just honestly doesn't get brought up. I think really, actually, now that I think about it, or like it will, but honestly, it's more like friendly. If like I don't know, Emma's stressing about something, or we'll be there for each other. Kind of, obviously we're never gonna be like leaking things or being like, oh my god, like blah blah. Like obviously, there's like a line
Oh god, there's a
when it
team
comes
right
to
next
that.
to me.
Oh
Oh,
god.
let's go, boys.
Um, oh god, I am far away. But it's definitely one of those things where we're just such good friends, like
I'm
in
up.
real life. Oh god, that guy went so far right as I started channeling
Whee!
that bomb. Oh god, I have no idea what this is doing.
We're doing
Okay,
alright here.
I'm just gonna run after him with this thing and hope it works.
Yeah, just smash him.
Oh,
Let's go on this
there's
boy,
someone
Rexel.
else. Yeah.
Or is this gonna be? Oh no, I just missed. The first kills. Oh,
Oh,
yep, it is. It is. It
oh
is.
my
I can get out. I can
god.
get out. I can get out.
Yeah, I can.
I'm giga fine. Healing, full health. Alright, I'm killing this boy. He's going for the res. Nah.
Noi, it's a. Oh, coming.
Didn't get it.
Oh, he stunned me.
But,
What the hell?
oh, he's done me too. Yeah, yeah. You're getting it now. Oh, he's going
Kind
for the
of.
run.
Oh,
Oh, I'm going after him. Bonk. Slowed. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Dead on my screen. We did it.
easy. Okay, we killed two. That's a huge
We killed the
improvement.
squad.
Killed a squad. Okay, and we
We're
yoinked
built
their
different. Just
abilities.
grabbing a bunch of better items from them. Do you have any fun stories? There's one you told me, and I don't know if we can tell it here, about Scott specifically. Maybe with some allergies, or I don't know what we can and
Okay,
can't tell.
I might get in trouble with that one just because
Okay, we won't tell
at
that
this
one.
point, honestly, I don't know who's lying between them anymore. It's all about Scott's allergy, alleged allergy, and Scott insists he's allergic to something, and Emma's like, no, he's not. And at this point, like, I'm scared I'm gonna accidentally kill Scott. If I like bring him like I've been told, oh, he loves Bakewell tarts, so like I brought him him and Emma like some stuff from a local bakery, and then he's like, oh, that'll kill me, Hannah. And I'm like, I have no idea, and I've known them both for a year now, and I have no clue if I'm accidentally gonna kill him. So but I might get in trouble with that one, just because God knows at this point. I don't think they even know.
I don't even think
um
Scott knows anymore.
no, but they're both really funny. Like I love them both dearly. I remember that was overkill, I think, for that spider.
Fine,
I
doesn't matter.
remember this is also overkill. It's not even gonna kill him.
We'll go for the elite.
Really. I remember when I first like met Scott. I'd already met Emma, and like BDG were like, "Oh my god, you have to like poison them, poison the enemy or whatever," because we were going for like a Korean barbecue type thing. And I was like, "Yeah, but then I'll end up poisoned, so
Yeah, I do love
that
Korean barbecue
that's
too.
not gonna work."
Alright.
So we went for a really nice Korean barbecue recently, actually.
Oh, don't. I had one in Amsterdam once that I still dream about to this day.
I wonder if
Okay.
because they went to an amazing one in
Oh
the
my god.
Utrecht.
Oh, in
Utrecht? Is that how
Utrecht.
you say it?
Utrecht,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry, I can't say it
Yeah.
correctly.
By the
Um,
Team Liquid
yeah.
facility, yeah.
Yeah, and
I've
they
been there
loved
as well.
it. So
Yeah.
I was I got sent lots of photos with
I can
that.
imagine. Okay. We're going to speed things up a little rapid fire here. You are studying whilst also competing in the Race to World First. I want to
Yep.
know if you believe that is sustainable and if other students who are maybe interested, if it is a good path.
So my kind of there's a bunch of stuff here. My kind of journey is quite unique, I guess, because obviously I'm not doing university through a conventional university. I go via the Open University,
Mhm.
which is all, as we know, kind of can be done online.
Oh my
There's
god. These
the
guys want to
Goon
scrap.
Squad. Yeah. I think I might be dead.
Yeah, me too. These
Oh, can I
guys
get away?
100% gooned me. Oh,
Oh
I'm getting
God.
away. Run!
Oh,
Oh, I can't heal.
brewing.
That's not good. Oh, I'm dead now.
Oh, I
Yeah,
tried.
so through the Open University, which is all done online, they
Mhm.
do a lot of courses. It's a proper accredited university in the UK.
Yep.
It's one of the more popular, and they're incredible, in fact. But yeah, so let's say another student is interested in studying and competing in the race to world first. Let's go through your exact path. They do
Mhm.
Open University. They do the same course, whatever it is. You do psychology, right? Did I imagine?
No, I do biology.
Same thing.
Or oh, don't say that again, because I was gonna say like bio students would be very unhappy if you said that. I was with psychology because they'll be like, we don't study plants. Not that I study plants even. But no, I do more biochemistry more than anything. So a lot of human biology, molecular biology. So a lot of genomics, things like that. Lots of DNA, and just kind of cellular functions. So for me, I actually split my year two into two halves. So I did like 60 more credits last year, but this year I'm doing 90. So I'm doing the remaining half of my year two plus a third of my year three, and then next year will be my final year, and then I'm finishing off my year three. So it's another 90 credits. So with the OU, obviously 120 is full time, 60 is
Hmm.
part time. I'm somewhere in between. That's because with 60, I was like, I could do more because honestly, for biology, the workload isn't that bad. I've been doing really, really well actually in uni. Not to like brag or anything, but I've been
Brag.
doing really well. So that's been good. But it actually isn't that bad, like the time commitment. It sounds probably a lot scarier than it is when it's like, oh, I'm doing biology or things like that. But the time commitment isn't that bad with OU. So being able to juggle both WoW and the OU has been completely fine. I even spoke to Biff at the start. I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do this because that was back when I was
Mhm.
in year two, and I was going to ramp it up. I was like, I don't know how much I could do after. Um, Armored Wrestle, but obviously here we are. I'm still here because when
Yeah.
Biff was like, "Is that how is that?" And it's like it is sustainable. Like it's I've been smashing it. I'm almost done with this year. Come next year, I'll easily be able to still continue doing what I'm doing. Sometimes I just work ahead. So like for Armored Wrestle, I
Nice.
just worked 2 weeks into my own summer, and then
Oh.
that was it. Like I just kept going at the pace that OU sets, and then I used my 2 weeks and fell a week behind because unfortunately a week was spent on seeds, which was unfortunate. I say
You gotta
I
dig
don't
dirt.
don't ask me about my seed journey. It wasn't a fun one because I went to BlizzCon and obviously my travel got extremely delayed on the way back.
Hmm.
So I actually lost a day of
Oh,
that week, and I had to sit there and I
make
didn't
it
get
up.
I didn't get any of the OP kind of starting when some people were managed to get some bits of like the increased XP. I didn't get any of that.
Oh, that's
I
savage.
had to do it all. I was there for 18 hours a day doing it. I'm not gonna lie, I had about 8 mental breakdowns going, I'm not gonna be able to finish all of this. I was crying, and then Tom, our lovely like one of our lovely analysts, was just
I
sat
know
there going, you
Daikon.
could do this. I love him. He is
He's a
literally,
great
again,
guy.
one of my closest friends now, IRL. I've met him and his wife or whatever.
Oh, really?
And they are both just adorable. Love them.
Tom's a man.
Oh yeah, I was like, he was like, sat me down. I was like, this is how we're gonna like get you through this. Like, we're gonna like devise a plan. To yeah, make sure that we can get you through this because it wasn't looking good. But we managed
Mm,
to do it. So I
that's impressive.
was gonna say, I remember Biff and Gaina both. They were like, well done, like good job. Biff was literally pulled me. It was like, good job doing that. Obviously,
Nice. Feels
shouldn't
good.
have. Shouldn't have left it like that close. But at the same time, I got it done. At the same time that other people who had like an entire extra day, got it done.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
very
was
impressive.
I was proud of that. It wasn't it
Should be.
wasn't good though. I can't
Uh,
remember what we were talking about, but yeah.
Me neither. We've completely. Don't worry.
Oh,
Questions
Open
right there.
Uni. There
But
you go.
yeah,
It is
is it
sustainable.
sustainable? It is. There we
Yes,
go. We did it.
we did it.
Okay. If you could create a healing class, take the best parts of different. I don't want ability by ability. That seems
Mhm.
silly. Or even just change. I know you're a Mistweaver now, but that's kind of by not choice. I think we'll say.
Yeah, because it started off. I used to be a Holy Paladin Disc
Mm.
2 trick. Used to only play those two. I loved Holy Paladin, and then I rerolled to Mistweaver in Sepulchre. Kind of like jokingly, begrudgingly against my will. I actually really did enjoy it at that time. It was my third character that I had leveled just because the guild wanted to do 3 splits. And yeah, and then Evolt, we thought it was going to be really good. It got stealth nerfed, so it wasn't very good. But then a bunch of shenanigans occurred, and TLDR was I couldn't reroll. And yeah, and then I ended up playing it for Avarice, with BDV, and then the method again just ended up somehow just happening. So I joked that it's like against my will, but when I go back to the other 2 classes, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. It feels like it's been so long. But if I were to create a class, honestly, I feel like I would combine the best bits of kind of, I think, actually Disc and Mistweaver, which sounds really, really weird.
No, it doesn't. Like the ramping, the setups, things like that, do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because I actually really like that's kind of what I've had issue with like current. Oh God, I'm
I'm
trying.
definitely dead. I'm very dead. Okay. Yeah. So combine Mistweaver and Disc in terms of things like the ramp, the setup, the pre. So you prefer a wait? I can do this. I'm not great with words. It's proactive instead of reactive. I'm quite impressed that I managed
Yes.
that.
Yep, I
Okay.
do. Yeah, that's definitely like more my style. Because even Paladin, when I first started playing it, back then it was, kind of old Glimmer Paladin, like an EP,
Mm.
which was like one of my favorite iterations, where again, you kind of coded the raid and glimmers and things like that. So I'd probably somehow like bring those 2 together. And I don't really know how, and I would want to incorporate the melee aspect into it.
Okay.
That you're still rewarded for meleeing and DPSing a lot, because I do like that aspect of Mistweaver. So I'm really hoping in the War Within that we're going to be, kind of being we can integrate that melee stuff into that kind of ramp play style again. Because Abras was one of my favorite iterations of Mistweaver.
So on time, but with the War Within currently, how is Mistweaver looking? How are the hero talents look? How is
So good. I love
is
them.
it?
I was like, I could sit here for like an hour talking about them.
We can't
I
do that.
love them. And I was gonna say I could. I'm just saying, if you need
I'll
another
get
idea,
shot.
I could.
Yeah. Should we
Um,
let's just do it. Let's just no.
just
I'll
Mistweaver.
get fired.
Yeah. I was like, dude, Method would be sat here going, oh yeah, here we go, Hannah yapping again about Mistweaver, so don't worry about it. But no, it looks really good. I love the talents like thematically. I think they're super cool. Summoning all these celestials looks really badass. And like some of the like melee, like kind of yeah, it's called like Master of Harmony. It's a bit more melee focused, like physical damage empowers your healing. I
Nice.
love that. I think that's so cool. And I think there are worlds where either one could be taken in raid. It's not just like, oh, this is M plus, this is raid. Like
It's
it
not
to
cookie
me.
cutter anymore, which I like.
No, to me, I really
Mm,
like that. And there's I don't know if this is incorrectly implemented, but we gain the ability when using Fort Brew to regain stagger. So
it's insane.
I don't know if they've messed that up, or if we actually, as Mistweaver, are getting stagger when we use Fort Brew. Because if we are, I was gonna say, Kano was like, you're gonna be so god X, like you're gonna be able to go and like soak every mechanic now,
Yeah,
and so that's really cool. And obviously we have double jump, fell rush, which is
that's insane.
amazing. It's so good. So I'm really
Double
looking
jump?
forward to it. Yeah, so whenever we roll, we can double jump and then we fell rush forward.
It's insane because I was
I
saying
know.
literally just before this, I was in a key and I was and everyone was like, we were doing oh gosh, now I'm gonna forget. Not Halls of Infusion, the other one. Alderman. And there's a skip at the end where you skip the last 2 ads before the last
Yeah.
boss.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one of my friends just couldn't make the jump, and I was like, I only play double jump classes for this reason.
There you
So
go.
there we go.
Monk.
I'm a Mistweaver main. Just...
I was like, it's even Windwalker and Brew
He
gain
was
access to
playing
it.
Windwalker too, so
Well,
we've now
in the
solved
War
his problem.
Within, in the War Within, he's
Yes,
good. We
my
also
friends will be
gain
good.
access to whenever we transcend. We can actually set our transcendence to someone like a Wernstone, and we can transcend to them. I was saying, I
That's
really
so big
wish.
for M plus.
It's so good. I was saying I really wish, like in the very first iteration, just for fun, that it swapped the other person because that would be
Yeah,
hilarious. But obviously, wouldn't be that useful.
I
But yeah, you
can't.
just go to them.
I
So.
can't wait for you to put it on the tank. Transcendence to the tank frontal.
Oh, I wish
Like
I was gonna
it's
say,
gonna
yeah,
happen.
that will be
It's
me.
gonna happen. Oh no, it's
Oh,
gonna happen to
no.
everyone, but
Oh, I'm
probably
sure.
me. Okay, Hannah.
Cool.
We're running a little low on time, but I want to
Yep.
know where can people follow you? Where can they support you? Where will your journey be taking place for the internet?
Obviously Twitch, I stream the race. I'm a little bit of an erratic streamer. Outside of that, I won't lie, I'm not the most consistent. When I used to push M+, I used to do a lot more, hoping maybe one day I'll find a good team, and I can actually play more. But yeah, Twitch is obviously the main one. Twitter occasionally. Obviously, I have Instagram. Things like that.
We'll
Instagram's
put it
probably
all
my
below.
most. That's probably my most used one, and I want to start doing more stuff on YouTube. I was maybe talking to Meg about maybe doing more stuff with her. In the War
Love Meg.
Within. I would say I love her. She's
She's
one of my
so
favorite
lovely.
people ever. She's so
Wicked
sweet.
monk too. Really good
So
monk.
she's amazing, and like
Yeah.
we just sit here and we would just chat about Monk, girly stuff. I love her. She's like my favorite person
She's
ever.
great.
But yeah, we were talking about maybe again. I'm not gonna, you know,
Touch wood.
yeah, touch wood. We
Slap
might
my
be
desk.
doing some more stuff like on YouTube and stuff, or I might do it with Method, in terms of like raid healing and things like that. So yeah,
That'd be great.
hopefully there'll be more content on the YouTube channel soon.
We'll
Um,
put all of your social media below, and if it's not there, I know it's all linked to your Twitch because I'm an
yep.
avid watcher, an avid
Oh, thank you.
fan, and friend of yours. I really enjoy every time we get the chance to speak, and I
No,
know
so
we
it was
played some games
lovely.
outside before. So thank you very much for joining me today, guys. If there's anyone you'd like to see join us on the next Battlefield Banter, make sure to comment, please follow, like, subscribe, all that YouTuber stuff that I'm not really very good at. And for more exclusive RaiderIO content, including a brand new client coming very soon. Don't know if I'm allowed to say
Ooh.
that. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and YouTube and join our Discord server. And I'll see you in the next electrifying episode of Battlefield Banter. Bye.